Hey guys, welcome to a new Blender tutorial. So in this tutorial, we are going to make this cherry blossom tree in Blender. As you can see, this will be the final result. And this is really quite customizable. And you can do all kinds of cool things with this. So I'm going to show you how you can make this in Blender. Okay, now I'm just going to select this lamp and change it to a sun lamp. And I'm just going to reduce the strength to 3. Under the world settings, I'm just going to change it to an environment texture. And I'm just going to open up an environment texture. And in the render settings, I'm just going to change it to cycles. And in the film settings, I'm just going to make the background transparent. So we have a transparent background, so that's good. We'll start making our tree. So for the tree, go under your edit menu and under the preferences. Now go under the add-on section and make sure that you have this add-on turned on. Okay, now I'll just go back to my object view and I'm just going to hit Shift A, and under the curve I'm going to add a sapling tree. You'll see it right here. So sapling tree generation. So just click this, and as you can see, you get a cool default tree. Now make sure that you don't click anywhere in your scene. If you click anywhere, this menu will go. So make sure that you don't click anywhere. So we have some basic settings right here, but we are going to make a cherry blossom tree. So I'm just going to go under the load preset and I'm just going to select the Japanese maple tree. You can change the shape and you can customize this, but for this tutorial, I'll just leave it like this. As you can see, this is not a mesh, this is a curve. So to convert this to a mesh from a curve, just hit Alt C, and as you can see, you get 3 options. So we want to convert to mesh from curve, meta, surface and text. So select the second option. Okay, now I'm just going to give this a new material and I'm just going to rename this material. So I'll just make it a basic brown color. We'll work on the leaf. So I'll just go again under the edit panel and under the preferences and in my add-on section, and I'll search for images as plane. And make sure that this add-on is turned on. So import export images as planes. So you will be able to export images as planes. So this is quite handy. So make sure that this is on. And now if you hit Shift A and go under the image panel, you will be able to see a new option as images as plane. So click that. I'm just going to open up my leaf texture. It is just a basic leaf texture. And as you can see, we have 2 leaves here. So we just need 1 leaf. So what I'll do is I'll hit Tab and I'll hit Ctrl R to add a loop cut and press your enter twice. So enter and enter. Now I'm just going to go in the face select and select this upper face and just press delete. Just click here to move your 3D cursor here. So we need to set the origin of this leaf. I'm just going to go under object and set origin and origin to 3D cursor. And as you can see, the pivot point has moved. So if I rotate this, it will rotate around that origin. Okay, now this doesn't look like a leaf. So we don't have that transparency around the leaf. So I'll just split my screen. I'll bring up the shader editor. And now in the shader editor, by default, we'll have this image texture. And this alpha is plugged into the alpha. So just Control and right click to cancel this. Now I'll just select this texture and Shift D and Shift D and Shift D. So I'm going to duplicate this 3 times. And the first one, I'm just going to connect it to the roughness. And I'm just going to open up my roughness texture. This will be for the alpha. So I'll open up this alpha map. It is just a basic black and white texture. So just like that, we get a cool leaf. But this leaf is a bit flat, as you can see. So to add some depth, we'll add a normal map. So I'll just duplicate this one more time and one texture will be for the height map and one texture will be for the normal map. In this texture, I'll just open up my normal map. In the normal map node, the color space should be non-color. So this is quite important. If you don't do this, things will not work. And in the second one, I'm just going to open up my height map. So normal maps and height maps work together. The color of the normal map goes into the color of the normal map. So this is quite easy. And the normal goes into the normal of the bump. And now, as you might have guessed, the color of this height map goes into the height because this contains the height information. And finally, the normal of this bump goes into the normal of the principal PSDF. And as you can see, we have a crazy amount of bump going on. We don't need this. The normal map strength is quite a lot. Okay, so now we have our leaf done. It is complete. So it's time to apply this leaf as a particle system to our tree. Okay, so now I'll just select this tree and I'll go under the particles tab. And I'm just going to add a basic particle system, and you can rename this particle. Okay, so at the moment particles are appearing everywhere. So we don't want that. We don't want the leaves to appear in the bottom section of the tree. We only want the leaves to appear up right here. So how do we isolate those areas? I'll use a basic vertex group. And I'll just hit Z twice to go in the wireframe mode. And now I'll just hit C to bring up the circle selection tool. And you can just click to select these faces wherever you want the leaves to be. So I want my leaves here, and you can spend a lot of time doing this. Okay, now these are the faces where we want our leaves to be. Once you have your faces selected, you can go to Object Data Properties and you will see a panel called Vertex Groups. And by default, this panel is empty. So I'll hit this plus button and you can rename this group to Leaves. Okay, so now we have finished with our vertex group. Now we have to apply this vertex group to our particle system. So I'll just select this tree and go to my particles tab. And under the vertex groups, there are a bunch of settings here, the density, length, and in each one, you just click here and select our vertex group. You can just do this for the first 4. Our leaves are defined in a certain region, so this is good. This already looks like a tree. Now you can increase the number of leaves here. I'm just gonna put it to 4000 for now. At the moment, this is being rendered as a single line, so as a curve. We don't want that. We want to replace this lines with our leaf. So now in the render tab in our particle system, so I'm just going to change it to an object. Click this eyedropper tool and I'm just going to select this plane. All those lines are replaced by this leaf. You can increase the scale to whatever you like. I'm just going to increase it to 0.46 for now. And you can increase the scale randomness. And now if I go in my material view, it already looks quite cool. Now we have not applied our bark texture, so we'll work on the bark. At the moment, the bark texture has a basic brown color. I'm just going to add a bunch of textures. So Shift A, texture, image texture. And I'm just going to add a node called texture coordinate. And I'm just going to add a basic mapping node. And I'm just going to connect the UVs. So the UV information goes in the vector of this mapping. And the vector goes into the vector of this image texture. So now we can easily control the mapping of this texture. And the color goes into the base color. So now this will be for the diffuse albedo texture. I'll just open up my bark texture quickly. And as you can see, we have not UV unwrapped this. So I'm just going to go in my edit mode. So press tab and select everything. So tap your A key and hit U and Smart UV project. Now in the scale of this mapping node, you can increase the scale to 10. But now it's a bit flat, so we have to add our roughness map, normal map and height map. So I'll just duplicate this a bunch of times. Shift D to duplicate. And in the second one, I'm just going to open up my height map. And in the third one, I'm just going to open up my normal map and make sure that the color space is non-color. And in the third one, I'm just going to open up my roughness map. I'm just going to bring the roughness map up and the height and the normal down. And now each texture has to be given the same UV coordinates, so the same UV information. So you'll have to connect this vector in all these textures like this. So the roughness goes into the roughness. Quite simple. Now this is the height map and this is the normal map. So we'll need the bump node and the normal map node. So I'll quickly add those. The bump and the normal. So the color of the height goes into the height of the bump. And the color of the normal goes into the color of the normal map node. And the normal of the normal map goes into the normal of the bump. And finally, the normal of the bump goes into the normal of the principal. And as you can see, again, we have a crazy amount of normal bump going on right here. And I'm just going to reduce the strength. You can also reduce the distance of the bump. Okay, so something like this looks good. Now it's time to change the color of these leaves. So we have to make a cherry blossom tree. I'm just going to add something called as a color ramp. So you can just search here. Search for a color ramp. So this is the color ramp node. And I'm just going to add one more node called a particle info node. Okay, so now I have this particle info node and a color ramp node. Now I'm just going to add another node called as a mix RGB node. And I'm just going to put this color of the color ramp into the first socket and the color of the albedo in the second. Okay, so now this is similar to your Photoshop blend modes. I'll just change it to screen for now. And I'll just connect this color into the base color of the principal. And as you can see, all leaves turn to white, and that is because we have not added anything in this factor. For now, I'm just going to connect the random into the factor of this color ramp. And as you can see, some leaves turn black and some leaves turn white, so some leaves are normal. Okay, now at the moment, we can't see anything, so nothing is happening, and this is a bug. So the particle info node doesn't work in Eevee for now. So I'll just change my render engine to cycles. And as you can see, it is working in cycles. That's how easy it is to make a cherry blossom tree in Blender. So this were the basics of how to make a tree in Blender. And if you like this tutorial, you can leave a like down below, it helps a lot. And I'll see you in the next tutorial.